One of the biggest challenges when drawing a face is figuring which part do you draw first. Is it the eyes, the nose, the outline of the face? And professional artists seem to start with whatever part they like, but when you do it, you end up with the wrong proportions, the nose doesn't look right, the eyes are not similar, or whatever problem you face. On this video, I will help you figure out which part of the face to draw first and show you probably the simplest way of detailing the skin. And if you stay till the end, there is a bonus tip that will change the way you draw portraits. With that said, let's hop straight into it. There are 3 things to always have in mind when drawing: proportion, tone, and detailing. You can begin any drawing of the face from any corner or part as long as you understand how those 3 things, proportions, tone, and detailing, can be done or affect your drawing. This is a drawing of angry waffles that I've been working on for the past 3 weeks, and I will show you which part of this cute face to draw first or last, and most importantly, why. The first thing that I did was to figure out how to get the correct sketch or proportions. For that, I used the grid method. If you happen to be skeptical about the grid method or you're just not sure which method is best for you, I have already made a video talking about that. The link is below on the captions. And then from there, the first thing that I drew was the hair. The reason behind that is, firstly, because the hair is at the top of the head, obviously, it makes sense to start with it first. That's number 1. And number 2, this will serve as a reference point that will tell me how much tone is required to draw the face. Number 3, the hair is easier to draw, so drawing what's easy first gives you the type of confidence that you need to draw everything else. I have already made a video where I show you how to draw realistic hair. The link to that video is on the captions below. The second thing that you should draw is the eyes. The reason behind that is, number 1, the eyes are the closest to the hair which you've already drawn, so it will be easier to make the transition from the hair to the eyes, and in the process you inevitably draw or shade the forehead. Number 2, this will give you a chance to focus all your attention on the eyes, which is very important when drawing realistic faces. And then from the nose to the mouth, cheeks, it can be a little tricky because it's so easy to mess up the tone. So how you should do it is start drawing the nose, at the same time focus on the tone of the cheeks. Shade lightly until you are satisfied with the tone and it complements the nose, eyes, and forehead. While you are doing this, try to also draw the mouth and jawline and maybe even the shadow of the neck area, especially if there is a shadow like on the drawing that I'm doing right now. Once you are satisfied with the tone, you can go back to focusing on detailing the nose, the cheeks, and also the mouth. I have already made a video where I talk about how to shade using a brush. You can check that video, there is a link below on the captions. And you will learn a trick of achieving a beautiful even tone when shading using a dry brush. For detailing and making highlights, I like using the back eraser of most HB pencil. Anyone can get this. Of course, if you have a Tombow eraser, it's even better. What I do is I make small dots. Really, it's just erasing. On the lighter tone areas, put more pressure when pushing the eraser on the paper. You can reference from the picture how the pattern should look. As you move to the darker areas, don't use a lot of pressure so that the dots you make are not that visible. After that, use a HB pencil or 2H pencil to make small dots just next to the dots you've already made with the eraser. How you place the dots will be according to the lighting of that picture. Again, be careful not to apply a lot of pressure. You want to make the dots as faint such that they complement the tone on that area. So I use this dotting technique even on the forehead going down to the nose. Let's say you made the dots too bright or more highlighted than you wanted them to be, because you always have to remember the tone is more important. What I do is I use a brush and lightly stroke that area to reduce the highlights by blending. Again, you don't want to apply a lot of pressure on the brush. Focus most of your detailing on the eyes. They are the ones that draw a viewer to a portrait, and when they are beautiful, sparkly and all that, they become a beautiful thing to look at. I guess the point is, on any drawing, focus most of your detailing on the part of your drawing which you want your viewers or the people appreciating the drawing to look at the most, and then the rest of your drawing could fade out so that the center of attention is the part which has a lot of detailing. This marks the end of today's episode. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.